the enemy unable to be buffed. Snip Snip, a skill that can inflict up to 4 bleed effects, with damage dealt increasing when used against an enemy without buffs. Soul Cutter, enemies defeated by this skill will not be able to be revived by allies. Lilibet is an earth elemental warrior who can suppress the enemy. Her Slice skill blocks the ability of enemies to be buffed, allowing it to synergize well with Snip Snip, which deals increased damage against enemies without buffs. Soul Cutter is a powerful skill that inflicts extinct on enemies when they are killed by it, making them unable to be revived.
Alright guys, so here we are. Welcome back to 4 Misery Gaming for some more Epic 7. And today guys, we're doing our Should You Pull video for Lilibet, the new Earth Warrior. So, from that video, if I had to guess, if I had to, someone's pointing a gun in my head asking me, can you resist extinction and can extinction be affected by immunity? I would say it can't. I would say that if you extinct somebody, they're gone, they're out of the fight for good. Judging from how that video played out, now it could completely be wrong and it could be affected by effect resistance or immunity. Just of how that looked, it looked like there was no effect resistance chance, there was no immunity chance, that kind of stuff. So, with that being said, I think that will add value to her. I did not get to watch that full video before I made my patch note video early this morning. So, anyone that was up in the air about it, I hope this hopefully clarify some stuff, but still wait a little bit, let some of the other whales or other content creators pull, and let's see if they give us a confirm, statistic on that, and then we can take it from there. So don't be forced to pull right when the banner goes live later today. Anyway, right now let's go over the rest of her skills. So Slice is going to slice the enemy with a 35% max 50% chance to make them unable to be buffed for 2 turns. Then we have skill 2, after awakening, brutally cuts the enemy with a 35 to 50% chance to inflict bleeding, 4 bleeding effects for 2 turns, deals additional damage when the target isn't buffed. So for that ability, I'm going to stop there. Obviously, we already kind of gone over extinction. We don't really need to go too much in detail on that. It really depends on if that effect is an all or nothing, whereas either you hit 4 bleeds or you hit 0 bleeds. If it's anywhere from, it's 50% chance at max skill to each bleed effect, then it's okay. And then if it's, you either get 4 or 0, then her S2 is pretty bad, actually. And then S1, it's decent, it's a pretty cool ability, especially on dual attacks. You trigger that, can't be buffed. But there's so much cleansing in the format and immunity in the format that it's just like, I don't know if Slice to Slice is really going to be relevant, because this is going to be a pure PvP hero, guys. This is not going to be a PvE hero. So, I think, honestly, she's purely there for S3. I don't really think that people are going to use her much for S1, S2. It's just going to be kind of icing on the cake if she survives, if she does her job, if she stops that Vildred from being revived, if she stops that rule that, ML Chloe from being revived, So we'll have to see on that. So those are her skills. We'll go over to her multipliers as well. Then let's go into her artifact real fast. That is a 10 to 20% chance for skill cooldown not to occur. So what that means is you basically get a free reset. It's basically getting a Saria ability S2 on that hero. So if this goes to 15% with no limit breaks at max level 15, that's decent, because that'll be like an RNL type of thing. I think RNL goes to 20%. RNL may go to 30% though, so it may only go to like maybe 12 or 13%. If I can't remember if RNL. Let me actually look that up real fast, because that's gonna bother me. If I don't know real fast. This is like the 3rd time I've had to record this because my thing has crashed. But I just want to look this up real fast so we can look up some scaling just to see. 20%. Okay, so it should be the same, figuratively speaking. So it should be 15% if you guys pull 1 copy. So that's not bad. Like I said, I think on her warriors, I can think off the top of my head, like maybe her, maybe Kayron, but Kayron, you really want Dust Devil, or I'm saying you can't use that Kayron, what am I saying? I'm sorry. Only her. I think this artifact is really, really meant for her, so you can like extinction back to back, and she is a regular banner, guys, so keep that in mind. You don't have to pull for her. She can be pulled on any banner once this banner leaves. Right now, she's not in regular Covenant summons, but she will be there in 2 weeks So keep that in mind. So let's go over her multipliers. So skill 1 has a 1 ATT rate, a 1 POW, and then skill 2, same thing. On the damage dealt increase, if the target has no buffs, that is going to be a 20% increase, which is pretty nice. Then we have the ATT rate and POW for S3, 1.8, and then 0.95 for POW, and then a 2.4 soul burn. If we look at some heroes to compare her soul burn output, Dizzy, you guys can't pick because always misses, 0.75, no crit chance. So keep that in mind for Dizzy. So like Sid, where's he at? I wish this was actually in alphabetical order. It'd be a lot easier. Karen's a very good comparison. So 2.3 soul burn, 1.6 a regular, and then a 0.85. Actually less POW on Karen. So she will definitely do more damage than Karen. Simply because she's going to have higher stats, being a natural 5-star, and then also has a more POW rate as well. And then here's Sid. So Sid, very, very close as well. 2.2 soul burn. So if you guys can kind of gauge, they're both Earth heroes. And I would assume Lilibet is going to do a lot more damage, especially if you're building them similar. Possibly even more damage than Sid, because Sid's, I believe, damage scales off of speed. So yeah, you guys see here. So 0.21% of self-speed also adds more multiplier to that. So Sid could technically still out-damage her, but it would depend. If you're building Lilibet like pure, like say you're going to build her like an Oxlot's comp, and you're purely going to go for like teams that have like Arbiter Vildred, and then they're running like Dizzy Rule and like a Fat Cat or something like that, then you basically can go pure into kill the Arbiter Vildred. It's gone. It's done for good, and then you can start picking off other units, especially if you also have Lilibet Artifact. A chance to get your cooldown done. Lots pushes her back up again, and then you can just keep kind of going through the motions like that. So, granted, you'd have to have another mage on your team if you're going to use Lots with what's it called? The artifact from Lilico's event, whatever it's called. I can't remember on the top of my head now. But basically, you could use that so Lots' cooldown doesn't happen by using a non-attack skill, and then you could use Lilibet's artifact to potentially get her cooldown skipped as well on her artifact. So that could be a pretty cool comp on select teams. You can go after a lot of the Arbiter Vildred comps if they're running Arbiter Vildred as the only main damage dealer. So you'd have to really... She's going to be a really niche, I feel, like sub-in unit. So it really has to depend like where you guys are at gear-wise, if you can afford to gear her, if you can afford to mulla her, if you can afford to, give her the proper investment that she's going to need for certain comps. But she definitely has damage. She definitely has utility with, canceling out units like Arbiter Vildred, canceling out units like Rule and ML Chloe, Shooting Star Katie's potentially as well, units like that. As far as overall, should you pull for her? I think if you're a new player to a player that's been playing for 3 months, probably not. I think if you are a seasoned player that's been playing for 5 months plus, and you are constantly only caring about Guild Wars and PvP, then she's probably a solid option to have access to for those particular teams. Myself, I am going to pull for her, but keep in mind, guys, Strays was in this event, and there's a lot of people speculating that this character, this hero, is pure bait for hopefully Smilegate can cash in on you guys when Strays comes out. And if he is a regular banner hero and not a mystic hero, because if he's a mystic hero, Megalodons only, we all know that, right? Or random lucky people are going to pull him. But if he is a banner hero like Lilibet is, then that could be the very, very big cash cow that Smilegate is going to cash in on. He's a very, very hype hero, so we'll have to see if that pans out or not. If you guys want to voice your comments in on her overall, kit and what you guys think, if you guys should pull, to drop those in for the other viewers. Definitely drop in the comment box down below. If you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure you guys hit that like button and subscribe, as always, if you guys are new. Hope you guys all enjoyed today's Epic 7 video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.